it's your boy. It's Coach CG here. And thank you for joining us on the Sports Break Timeout Show. Another week, we got some more information coming in. Going through the bye week, it was time for the coaches to be allowed to reset, rethink, replan, and regroup. And that was what's most needed to kind of figure out what's going on. Yes, we have the head coach spending more time with the defense, but as we see, when he spent more time with the defense last couple of weeks, the offense hasn't been looking as spectacular as we once thought they were. And that could be a number of things, right? It could be, hey, you played the Broncos and you came back and you played the Arizona Cardinals team that kind of is used to your offensive line and offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, offensive coordinator, their scheme and things of that nature. Very similar. So is it that? Is it now that there's more tape, the league is starting to catch up with the offense? Or is it just, hey, once your head coach is splitting time and spending more time in defensive meetings because the defense can't get right, that your offense starts to lose its attention to detail and being able to lose some of its creativity because the time that the head coach and the real offensive mind behind the team has to spend more time on the defensive side of the ball. There's all things to think about. But when you have time to regroup and bring things back together, you look at the tape, you break it down, we should see a more vitalized Cowboys team coming off the bye week. That's the hopes. But let's get into it, man. Yes, we have new pieces, right? We have new pieces being able to get acclimated during the bye week. You have Logan Wilson and Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams had a bye week with the Jets the week before. So now coming off that bye week and having another bye week right afterwards, my man should be very energized, be very focused and hungry, ready to show Dallas Nation, Cowboy Nation, why he's one of the best defensive tackles, if not the best defensive tackle in the NFL. So we're all excited to see that and can't wait to see what that looks like for the Cowboys. Quentin Williams is somebody, like we stated briefly in the first video posted on the channel, Quentin Williams is going to affect not only the defensive line, but he's going to affect the linebacker play as well. Because now, with the offensive line having to double team this guy every play, you have to focus on, Kenny Clark. You have to focus on Osa. You have to get a man on Jadeveon. You have to get a man on 41, our rookie. You have to do these things. So now it's a little bit slower that your offensive line can get to that second level. Now our linebackers are clean. Now they can run, process things fast, and hit. And yes, we're excited to see Logan Wilson and what he has to offer, being able to play in coverage as well as process things fast. And as long as he's not having to deal with attacking a blocker, he could get to the play and make a play on the ball really fast. And we're all excited to see what DeMarvion Overshown has to bring to the table. That's something that we can't wait to see. I know as a Cowboy content creator, that's one thing that I've been looking for, one thing I've been listening for to some of the sources that I listen to. And I want to bring to you all. What's your expectations of Overshown? Put them in the comments. Like, do you expect him to come and hit the field all gas, no brakes, pedal to the metal? Do you feel like it's going to take him time to get acclimated to the game speed, coming back off of his injury, second injury, major knee injury? Or do you feel like the defense is so bad that it really isn't going to make a difference, right? So if you think that he's going to be all gas, I need some smoke in the comments. If you feel like he's going to take some time, hey, put a clock or a watch or something in the comments to say you feel like he's going to take some time. And if you feel like the defense is so bad it isn't going to matter. Give me them shrug emojis and put them in the comments as well. Me personally, I really don't know. It could go either way, right? I do believe that if the coordinator and the head coach and the team organization is very responsible, they'll put them on a pitch count. But Overshawn is the kind of guy that even if you give him a 15 play pitch count, he's gonna make a difference in some way. So we'll be able to see that come alive. And my hopes is that we take care of the Raiders. He kind of hits some type of a rhythm, even on a pitch count. And then we go into the next game ready to ball out like we know how and like we expect him to. Now, will the offense get back on track? We already discussed that we don't know how that offense is going to look after the last 2 weeks, right? Playing Denver, playing the Cardinals. We struggled. Can we be honest? The offense has struggled just as well as the defense has struggled. Right now, we look like a 3-5-1 team. You are what your record says you are, as Bill Parcells once said, right? The big tuna. But we need the offense to come out looking like the big fish in the sea this week. They have to come out swimming, swinging, and ready to score. That's it, right? And how does that look? For the offense to get back on track, there's some keys to the victory, right? And I've been listening to other content creators. I've been listening to the football sources that I respect. And I'd have to say that I kind of disagree with the things that they're bringing up and the things that they're talking about, right? Some people would say, hey, we have to look for Pickens more than we do CeeDee Lamb because Dak's proficiency and efficiency with Pickens is better than it is with Lamb. You can't disagree with numbers, and I won't disagree with you, right? Because the numbers say it. Dak is more efficient throwing the ball to George Pickens than he is with CeeDee Lamb. Let's be clear, though. Dak feels more comfortable throwing difficult catches CeeDee Lamb way than he does George Pickens way. He's a little bit more cautious throwing the ball to George Pickens way, so those numbers are going to look better. Right? Numbers don't lie. I'm not one to tell you that numbers lie. But you won't get the full story if you don't do a full breakdown. You just can't look at the numbers and say, look, these are the numbers and this is the truth. No, you have to look at it and really process those numbers and put context to them. So Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, to me, that's not the issue. A lot of people will say the Cowboys need to get to a fast start. They need to accept the ball first and just go out and score the way that they know they need to go out and score and then put the Raiders on their heels. Here's the thing about that. If you're a middle eight guy, right? And the middle eight meaning if you're the last four of the first half, first four of the second half kind of person is where you can really swing the tables when the game is close. That's kind of my mindset. Then starting fast doesn't make that big of an impact. Because if you take the ball and get it first, you lose that middle four swing that you really can get knowing that your defense is poor. When you have a poor defense, that you want that middle eight, that last four of the first half and the first four of the second half, you want your offense to be in control of that. How do you dictate that? You defer to halftime and you let them get the ball first, and you will see that you get more control over that middle eight. You get the ball maybe at a 2 to 3 minute more mark at that point, depending on how you call your offense in that middle section. Here's the real key. It's not just the run game either. Look, some people will tell you we need to run the ball, we need to run the ball, we need to run the ball. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not only just running the ball. Let me break it down to you. This offense is going to be better when they start running the ball more on first down. Why? Running the ball on first down will then give you second and medium, second and short, third and medium, third and short. And we have been a better offense when we are able to play action pass. That play action pass is going to allow George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to eat. It opens up everything. And then you're able to get Dak comfortable and Dak in the rhythm. But it's not just that. What are Coach CG's keys to victory? I'm glad you asked. Call me the janitor because I got the keys. No, but seriously, here it is. Breakdown. The keys to victory. Anybody that's familiar with college basketball, stick with me. Wisconsin. I want you to think Wisconsin basketball and Wisconsin on offense. What do? They slow the game down. If we slow the game down and cut the game in half, we take away the other team's offensive abilities. What is the two top things to make this defense look a lot better than what it is while we get everything to come together with our new pieces and people coming back from injuries? Here it is. Here are the two things. Yes, running on first down like I just stated. Slow the game down. The best defense for a bad defense is time of possession. Anybody remember the 2014 Dallas Cowboys? Our defense was not what it needed to be. But we got a lot further with a bad defense because time of possession was important to Jason Garrett at that time. I am not a big fan of Mr. Clapper, but I will say he got that formula correct. If you play keep away with this offense and with these weapons, we will for sure get in the end zone. When we get in the end zone, now other teams are going to press because they know when you get the ball back, you're going to play keep away and you're going to get in the end zone. Hey, and if CeeDee Lamb, if George Pickens, if Mr. Ferguson start to get off and then you get Turpin involved and he gets off. And if those guys get off and they get off fast and cool, but our intention is to slow the game down, go into it and slowing things down and seeing where we get from there. That's the smart way to go about things. And those are really the keys to victory because once you hold the ball, you put pressure on the Raiders offense that have to go down and score. They won't be able to. To expect this offense to put up 40 points a game, it's not reasonable. Slow the game down, shorten the game, and be effective. Be proficient. Run the ball. Punch them in the mouth. And then make them worry about the outsides with the play action and things of that nature. And if you don't turn the ball over, guess what? You could win that game 24-17 and your defense don't have to be great the whole game because they're not on the field as much. That's what I would do. Now, my question to you guys again is that with Overshown, Quinnen Williams, what type of impact do you think those two are going to make playing the Raiders? And lastly, is Dak playing at an MVP level? If so, why do you think so? If not, what can he do to get back on track to get to playing in that MVP level? Those are my 3 questions for y'all. I'll have my answers in some shorts. Look at them, put them in rotation, like, share, and comment. Again, it's quality content and time well spent. The time is up. Time is out, is up and over with. Get back to work. Get back to the grind. I appreciate you for your time. Let's get it. See you next time.